Hey YouTube, RepoMan64. I tried to make this video 2 times before on the computer and it wouldn't work. So I'm going to do it on the phone real quick. Wanted to show you where we are now. Go through some pictures real quick. So here we are. This is what the skies are going to look like on March 17th, the first day of the year in 2030. The sun will just be coming into Aquarius. During the entire 1,000 years of the millennium, the sun will be in Aquarius. This is what it looks like on March 17th in the year 3030, at the end of the 1,000-year millennium. It will have just gone through the water. During this period of time, during this 1,000 years, the sun will be going through that water into Aquarius. Now, as you know, the precession of the sun does go to the left, but on this date each year it backs up ever so slightly, and over the course of 2,000 years it makes it through a constellation. So during the 1,000 years of the millennium, it will make it through the water. Go to the upper room and find a man bearing a pitcher of water and rent the upper room. That keeps happening. And that keeps happening still, so it means something. Maybe it's just meaning that the day is near. So here on, whoops, made that too big. March 17th, we show as the head of the year. 14 days after that, from the head of the year, is when Jesus goes to the cross and gives up the ghost. He does this at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. From 3 o'clock till 6 o'clock, when it becomes dark, is that a counted day? The answer is no. He rises on April the 3rd. Before sunrise, is the 3rd, April the 3rd, counted? And the answer is no. So we have 3 days, 3 full days, and 3 full nights where he was in Hades. Now, the penalty for sin was paid when Jesus said on the cross that it is finished. He paid the penalty. What was he doing for those 3 days? He went down to Hades to lead captivity captive and bring them out. That April Fool's Day falls right in the middle of that. Now, the Jews, or the Hebrew calendar, is calling the head of the year. This year, they've spotted the new moon. I guess the rest of the planet spotted it on the 22nd, but they, over in Israel, did not spot it until the 23rd because of cloud cover. So, 14 days after March 23rd will be April the 6th. April the 6th is the date that they are calling for Passover, because it's 14 days after the new moon was spotted. Now, if it was spotted on the 22nd, they're off by a day. So I wanted to show you this. Where we are right now is the 24th. Today, on the Enoch timeline, is this meal with Mary, Martha, and Lazarus. And 1 year earlier, they turned water to wine. In 2 days, on the 26th of March, will be the triumphant entry. I also believe this is the day that Jesus takes the scroll and that we are there. So I believe we're very close to the window of rapture. However, I've been thinking that when God says, I will turn your feast days into sorrow, that maybe he's using their timeline. I hit my lip today really bad. It hurt. Use their timeline just to show that their feast days turn to sorrow. So if God is using March the 23rd, we can still keep looking at their dates of when this is happening. The head of the year, as you know, has been called by so many different people on so many different days. And I'm no different. I think that the head of the year is on March 17th, the day after the day of equal parts. And we'll just keep watching. So let me go back into the pictures here. I had a whole video made and none of my screen shared, so it was a mess. The Jews or the Hebrews were calling Passover on the 6th, like I said, because they spotted the new moon on the 23rd. Now, I believe that they knew this date long before they spotted the moon, so this is the date they're calling for Passover. Passover, of course, would be the date that Jesus went to the cross. On the Hebrew timeline, we are 6 days away from their date. And so it would be on the 30th of March. And here we show that in our calendar, we show Good Friday, the day Jesus went to the cross, on April the 7th, another day later. So I think that's it. I wanted to show you the verse in the Bible. I don't know if the Bible will come up when I'm on airplane mode or not. Yes, it does. Yay. Exodus 12. Now remember that 9 plagues have passed in Egypt already. And here we are. We've already made it through 9 plagues. The Jews are supposed to be released from Egypt. They're supposed to go. But what God says to Moses back here at the very end of 11 is, and the Lord said unto Moses, Pharaoh shall not hearken unto you, that my wonders may be multiplied in the land of Egypt. And Moses and Aaron did all these wonders before Pharaoh, and the Lord hardened Pharaoh's heart so that he would not let the children of Israel go out of his land. So there is a period of time. Can you imagine being Moses and Aaron? They did all these miracles, 9 of them in all. And then God says, nope, he's still not going to listen to you. He's still not going to let you go. How much time has passed for all 9 of those to happen? We don't know. But here's this one we do know exactly. This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. He doesn't give us when. He doesn't tell us to use a moon. We don't know. I am assuming that they are using the Enoch timeline, that the head of the year will be the 17th. If he's using the moon, then it would change every year. The Enoch timeline doesn't. It will always fall on March the 17th. This passage will always be March 17th. From the beginning until the end, it will be March 17th. This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you. Speak unto the children of Israel, saying, now he's talking to them, right? He's saying, hey, he's not going to let you go. And today is the first day of the month. Oh, and on the 10th, I want you to get a lamb. Moses must have been like 10 more days. I got to wait 10 more days. We have to wait 10 more days to leave. You just did 9 plagues. We destroyed Egypt. They gave us all this jewelry and gold and everything. We're so ready to go, but no, I want you to take a lamb on the 10th day. And then on the 14th day, I want you to sacrifice this lamb, and I want you to put its blood on the door, so that way when they go around, when he comes around, he'll pass those houses that have the blood on the door, and not on. There won't be any, of course, on the Egyptians because they don't believe. And so here you are, brand new year, just started. You got to wait 10 more days, and then you got to wait 4 more days. You got to wait 14 more days before you leave. And that's the same concept I wanted to talk to you about the cross. The same thing happened at the cross. Jesus began paying the penalty. Well, he paid the penalty. It was finished and over, but he began on those 3 days at nightfall. But yet he spent 3 hours of daylight in the tomb. Then he spent 9 hours after the 4th day was finished. He spent 9 more hours in the tomb until he was raised early in the morning, and I might even say 3 o'clock in the morning that he was raised, before sunrise. That night wasn't completed, so he completed 3 full days and 3 full nights. And I think we're in the same time frame right now where everything's done. I believe God is, I hope, I believe God has already told Jesus, go get your bride. But there's an exact moment when this is going to happen, and it could be literally any second. I'm looking very closely at, I was looking at very closely at today, looking at the triumphant entry of the 26th, and of course, Jesus going to the cross on the 30th and raised on April the 3rd. April Fool's Day, I mean, what a day that would be, but that's not really the Hebrews or the a Jewish holiday, but they'll be looking at, since they're 6 days off, for example, the triumphant entry is not something that they celebrate, but when they call the New Year on March the 23rd, 6 days later you wind up at the cross. 7 days later you wind up at the cross. So, or 6 days actually, 6 days later. So March 24th is the day that Mary and Martha and Lazarus had a meal with Jesus. So I think we're in that point. I think we're in that moment right now where it's all said and done, and it's just a matter of waiting, just like the Hebrews had to, or the Hebrews had to in Egypt, in that they were like, okay, 9 plagues have passed. God's going to tell me to get out of here. Okay, now in the 10th day of this month, what? I got to wait 10 more days? And then on the 14th day, so what did they wind up doing? They wound up leaving on the 14th day, right? On Passover is when they left, or they did it. They did Passover, and I guess they left in the morning, maybe on the 15th. So we're in that time frame now, and if God is using that calendar, that timeline where the head of the year actually he's going to, I believe it's always been March 17th, but if he's going to use theirs just so that he can turn their feast days into sorrow, then maybe we're looking at the moon after all. I don't know. I do believe this timeline is accurate, and I believe that, just like the priest, they tied a rope around him. He would go in there, and they would inevitably die because they did not obey the timeline. They kept changing it around. This was the time where they brought in the new moon thing, where they were worshiping the moon each month, and it messed up all the feast days. Any more than your birthday falls on a day, I think any one of these feast days falls on the same day every year. So anyway, it's a quick video. I just wanted to bring that to you. We're still watching. If you have anything, put it in the comment section. Come into Discord and present it. We have a lot of wonderful people in there. And stay patient. Don't do what the Bible indicates that some will do, and that's to start getting upset and thinking this isn't going to happen. Is going to happen. This event is going to take place, and when it does, we're going to be standing in heaven in perfect 20-year-old bodies in perfect condition, going, "We're here, we're here." No more bangs, no more hits and stuff. So I bumped myself really bad, but anyway, I guess we will see you on the other side. Don't want to make any more videos. I want to go home. So, hopefully we go to a quiet place by yourself. Nobody needs to know, and you don't need to tell anybody except the Lord in your heart. And like, comment, share, and subscribe. And we'll chat with you again later.